Yeah, like the Philadelphia Atlanta game was pretty insane yesterday. 19 runs, 4 homers for Kyle Schwarber. That's pretty insane. So you guys
How many hits between the team
between
total?
here? Let's see.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, up here.
Who didn't get a hit?
20 hits for the Phillies. 20 hits. I mean,
Damn.
the even more insane thing is, right, 20 hits and 19 runs off the 20 hits. I mean, pretty much any time somebody was getting a hit, a run was being scored, essentially.
That's actually crazy. Jesus Christ.
Who costed somebody money? Nobody?
Nobody sold.
Bryson Stott, which, I mean, you're probably not betting Bryson Stott bases anyway, right?
I've done it a few times, unfortunately.
Listen. You guys just don't know about the Harrison Bader. 7 total bases, boys. It's just free money.
You're always on him. I respect that.
Hey, what's up, Trevor? Good morning, Michael. Good morning, guys. We're kind of diving into some results from yesterday. We were taking a look at this crazy Phillies onslaught here, where Kyle Schwarber hit 4 home runs in this one. Braves just barely had a pulse, like usual. Trey Turner, 3 bases. Schwarber, 16 total bases.
Jesus Christ.
16 total bases. So I guess this essentially means he pinch hit, right? Came on.
Yeah, in general, there's no odds for a Weston Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's a real player or not. Could be created. We don't know. I had Trey Turner 1.5 bases and Schwarber hit for that game. Hey, you were doing pretty well then, Trevor. You were doing pretty well. That's kind of how I feel. Like I'll take somebody for like total bases and they end up hitting a home run, and it's like, man, I would have loved that plus money, but don't want to end up getting too greedy. Bryce Harper, 5 total bases. Real Muto, 4. Brandon Marsh even cashed.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Your boy Michael Harris has been popping off. Yeah, how did he do yesterday? Let's see.
He just cracked my fantasy baseball starting lineup for the playoffs.
Michael Harris, hits, runs, RBIs, cash, total bases, so that probably tilted some people yesterday. Probably had that 1.5 total baseline at plus 125 with the closing odds. Hits, runs, RBIs. See, I would have looked at this and been like, oh, minus 120, but I can get plus 125. I would have been greedy there. Probably missed.
Yep.
Let's look at the New York one as well. So are you guys Yankees fans, by the way?
I like them. I mean, I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I rock with the Bucks, but I'll adopt the Yankees as my second team.
And I really thought the Pirates had a good shot at making the playoffs last year, and then after the trade deadline, they just kind of.
I mean, that's because we don't make moves.
Not at all.
Next year we're gonna have probably the best rotation in baseball with Skeens, Bubba Chandler, Jared Jones, and we're not gonna break 500 because we're not gonna get a bat.
Do you think that trading Skeens long term is going to be like the only option, or what do you?
It's inevitable.
Yeah,
it's inevitable. When he gets his contract, we're not going to pay it. So the only thing we could do is win within the next 3 years, which also won't happen. So,
yeah. What is their record actually this season? Not good.
Well below 500. I stopped watching games.
They are 59-76. I would venture to say better than the Braves.
Click on Pittsburgh. Let's check out their schedule.
All right, Pittsburgh. Yeah, this will just show. So this will show recent stuff, right?
This is like their whole schedule for the year. So this is it starts at the.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So let's see. Damn.
Got a little 3-game series with the Red Sox. Skeens on the bump today.
They've been winning recently, though.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty well. I mean, they had this run where they were getting torched, but after that, I mean, look, and I said this the other day on the streams, like, every time you see a Colorado thrown in there, it just like skews the data so much. So hard to quantify. But this is a good win here. A couple good wins here against St. Louis. Boston trying to fight for that playoff spot. Like if I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates team, I'm trying to knock somebody else out of the playoff race right now.
Yeah, that's all you can hope for. Spoil someone's day.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Anything else of note? Anything else of note happened yesterday?
What happened in college football last night? Who won that Nebraska game?
It was actually pretty insane. So, in the Nebraska Cincinnati game, Cincinnati was driving late in the game, in field goal range, and arguably one of the most boneheaded calls I've ever seen. Cincinnati in field goal range with under a minute to play, throws a pass play into double coverage. Nebraska guy
Picked off.
up all game. Like you had overtime secured. Pretty serviceable game. 33 for 42, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. Actually had his 1.5 touchdown line prop yesterday, so that cashed late in the fourth quarter, so it was good there. You had the Nebraska spread. What was the spread? What did it close at?
I don't remember.
So will this show?
We're working on adding the spreads, money lines, over under to this view, and you'll get a whole picture. But right now it's just player props. But then what happened to Boise State? They got routed, didn't they?
Yeah,
oh man, by South Florida.
It's crazy.
Did you guys see the clip of this Byron Brown guy just running over a Boise State player in the end zone?
So I saw that all over Twitter.
Man, he was running in for a touchdown. Was gonna score no matter what, but just decided he was gonna take it out on the Boise State DB and just crushed him in the end zone. Yeah, I think he ended up running. So he had 14 attempts, 43, 2 rushing touchdowns.
That's crazy.
But yeah, you're seeing the post Ginty era here.
Mm-hmm. I was on Sherrod touchdown. And I was just sweating like, is Gaines gonna get the score? But nobody fucking scored. So
yeah, and I mean, once you get in that negative game script, they gotta start throwing the ball. And it seems like, I mean, this guy threw the ball 46. No, this guy only threw the ball 24 times. So it just seems like he doesn't. Or no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This guy threw the ball 46 times.
Mm-hmm.
That negative game script. This is crazy. This is why it's so hard at the beginning of the football season. Look at all these guys that got targets.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's so hard to scroll down. Sorry, I got to get used to where you guys are on the screen as well. It's so hard to target guys early in the season because they're just gonna play a lot of guys. Maybe some positions aren't locked down with starters, or there's still an open battle going on the first few weeks of the season. So you got it at 12.5. Oh my goodness. So Nebraska sold a bunch of people.
Especially with NIL, like guys are just transferring everywhere. They might, light it up in D1 AA transfer and they'll get 3 carries.
Yeah, and it's you go and look at these half the team's profiles nowadays, and they have old pictures from different teams, and
right.
It's so hard to keep up with. Being an Auburn fan, I'm hopeful for this. This spread has already moved. It opened at 2.5. It's 1.5 now. Just minus 116 on the money line now. That's moved. Oh, that's not great. It's not great to see.
Can we get a quick overview of the Ohio State-Texas game?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know the public is hammering Texas. It was like, I think it opened at 2.5.
Yeah, it's pretty insane to see Texas actually underdogs in this one. I mean, basically a pick 'em, right? But it depends where you play it at.
I read somewhere Circa booked like a $50,000 Texas money line bet, and that just moved the whole market.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Julian Sayin, the Ohio State quarterback, he was actually a transfer from Alabama. Very, very hyped up guy. So I'm interested to see how this one goes. And it kind of sucks that this is the 11 a.m. game. you would think that this one would be more the primetime game for Saturday night, but I understand what they want to do from a ratings perspective, right? Viewership's going to be at an all-time high on College Game Day tomorrow. So you watch College Game Day and you transition straight over to the game. So I totally get it. Let's see what do we have in terms of some lines here.
How many starts did Arch get?
So what I like to do here with the tool is we can actually go in, and this is really cool that it still has Quinn Ewers on here. So we can just do without Quinn Ewers, and we see as he only had a couple of starts. Covered his line in both of his starts. Granted, not great teams, right? Louisiana Monroe and Mississippi State. But yeah, I mean, Arch Manning, he's got the hype coming into this season. He actually got a little bit of run last season, not too much. This was in the playoff game against Tennessee here?
Yeah.
And Texas dealt with all kinds of injuries last year to their running backs, Wisner and CJ Baxter. Actually, fun fact, a guy in a different community I'm in, he's actually his uncle. Actually, CJ Baxter's uncle. So he's got close ties with the Texas program. It's really, really cool. But anything you guys want to dive into here?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wearing my Michigan hat. Let's check out the Michigan game really quick.
Michigan? You know what time they play?
6:30.
I think they got the Lobos.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if there's too much to look at here, but
man, 34.5 spread. I mean, look, just hammer the New Mexico money line, right? I'm joking. Totally kidding.
Plus, can you pick the touchdown tab?
Yeah,
here?
Absolutely.
I bet 2+ is the line for most of the Michigan guys. Yeah,
right,
plus 140.
Really juiced 0.5 lines. Mike can only get these on Hard Rock anyway. Is this Justice Haynes from Alabama?
Did he transfer?
I believe it is.
Hell yeah.
I believe it is. Alabama running backs transferring everywhere. I believe there's another one as well. Catching cash in the chat. How you doing, brother? Man. What's that?
Look at these ranks. I mean, 118th in rushing touchdowns allowed last year. That's where you get 34.5.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's like bottom 20.
Yeah, and for quarterback Bryce Underwood, he's not going to be tested in this one really. Mostly just hand the ball to your running backs and call it a day.
Yeah, it's all just going to be a question of workload share between the two Michigan running backs. They like to have two guys, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards style. Like Blake Corum was good for 2+ pretty much every single game. But Donovan Edwards would come in and kind of snag a few. So if you're betting a touchdown on any Wolverine, I think it has to be 2+ to actually get any value.
Yeah, and you see Justice Haynes still has his Alabama picture there, so yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, didn't do anything too crazy with Alabama last year. Interestingly enough, coming out with an 89.5 point rushing yard line. And again, it goes back to your point, just is the volume really going to be there to take a guy like that? I don't know a ton about Jordan Marshall. Didn't seem like he had too many carries last year.
Can you click the W versus Alabama? Okay, so he had 23 attempts in the bowl game versus Alabama. That was like that mud game.
Yeah. Yeah, so when he got the volume, seems like he can handle it pretty well. You just have no idea what kind of volume he'll see tonight.
Yep. Yeah, if I'm betting anything, it's probably just the Wolverines to somehow cover 34.5.
All right, let's see here. So we got LSU, Clemson, be a pretty good one. Alabama, Florida State. Oh man. Ty Simpson getting all kinds of hype this season. all kinds of hype. Turned down some big NIL deals to stay with Alabama. Some people have him. They were saying could be a top Heisman candidate this season.
Okay.
He's got some pretty crazy lines.
Yeah.
250 passing yards.
Yeah, 250 passing yards. See,
-1.5 rush yards.
Pretty good.
Yeah, -110 there. Rush yards. Rush yards pretty much even money. I want to see how Alabama's defense did last season. They're always a team that's predicated on their defense. I mean, they have some games in here where they just got torched. I actually remember this game, the Georgia game. They jumped out on Georgia like 21, 28 nothing, and Georgia actually came back and almost won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Beck threw a nice 3 interceptions, had a big interception at the end of the game. Alabama could seal the deal.
There's a lot of green on that chart, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, you look at these kind of guys like Jackson Arnold, and he didn't necessarily torch them through the air, but he torched them with his legs.
Yep.
131 rush yards. And there's like a stigma with Alabama that if you're going to beat Alabama, the opposing quarterback is going to have like the game of his life. And that's kind of what you see here. Like in games that they lost, like Diego Pavia when they lost to Vanderbilt, which was one of the most shocking losses of the college football season last year. I mean, look at this game from him. 16 for 20, 252, 2 touchdowns, 56 rush yards. Oh man, Nico's story. Do you guys know about that?
Yeah. Give us a rundown.
So Tennessee quarterback, he's basically overvalued himself in the NIL stuff, asked for a certain amount of money, and it just really would have opened up like murky waters, right? Like if this guy starts doing this, starts asking for more money, it would have just been a snowball effect. Like all these other guys would have started asking for money, this, pay for play type stuff. And Tennessee program just kind of put their foot down and said they're not going to pay him. So he ended up transferring, and I think he's at UCLA now. Which, funny enough, I think the UCLA quarterback transferred to Tennessee, Joey Aguilar.
Little trade.
So they kind of just basically traded teams there.
Where was Castellanos last year?
I believe he was at Boston College.
Yeah, if we click a box score on his game logs, click the W or the L. No, just click the W or L next to that'll show the box.
Yeah,
Boston Bruins or not the Bruins, the Eagles. I mean, you have to think they're gonna be throwing the ball, right? He seems like a slinger somewhat. Alabama. We don't have our rush pass splits for college football yet, but can you check out the touchdowns page for this game? Let's see here. If you scroll up a little bit, I'm just curious about the rush a little bit more. Yeah, all the way up. So FSU pretty balanced all around last year. I mean, it's just so hard to tell with a new quarterback. It could be a completely new system. So I'm just hesitant to really handicap much college football week 1.
Yeah, and the thing with Florida State is, they have a new offensive coordinator in Gus Malzahn, which, if you guys know, used to be the head coach at Auburn a few years back. Gus Malzahn is a up-tempo type of guy, likes to run the ball. So it's going to be interesting to see how he utilizes who he has. He's got Roydell Williams, another Alabama transfer. So it's going to be interesting to see because they've got Gavin Sawchuk as well. These are 2 really good running backs, probably 1A, 1B for Florida State this season. So I think that's where their strength is. Also, Squirrel White was a receiver for Tennessee a season ago, transferred in. So they've got some weapons. It's just going to be really interesting to see how they utilize it and what that offense really looks like. I'm with you that I think it's more of a wait and see type play. Here, see what they do. Watch this game.
if any number stands out to me on this page, it's Alabama's rush yards allowed to the quarterback, which is on that right side. That's like one of the only green spots you'll see in their defense. That could just be a product of who they've been playing. But if I see any weak spot, maybe I take Castellanos to run.
And we can look at it. Let's see if he he's got some games littered in here.
Yep.
You know, where he was running, and these negative ones just probably took some sacks here.
Yep.
But against Louisville, Virginia Tech cashed. Funny enough, against Florida State, SMU, Virginia Tech. Did he play any like prominent defenses? Not necessarily, but yeah, I mean, Gus Malzahn does like to run the quarterback. He did it with Cam Newton. He did it with Nick Marshall in that Auburn system a few years back. And the thing with Gus Malzahn he got predictable, and teams kind of started to figure out his offense, his schemes, and so. But one thing that Gus Malzahn did was he had Alabama's number. He had, I believe, the most wins against Alabama in the Nick Saban tenure.
Oh.
He's certainly up there, if not number one. He is certainly up there. Nick Saban did not lose a lot of games.
Was he head coach for the Kick Six?
I think so, yeah. I think he was. Yeah. What was that, 2013?
Yeah, it was a while back.
Yeah, so he was. I think he came over in like 2008 or 9 and was there till like 14, 15, 16, somewhere in there. So yeah, he was the coach for that. I know absolutely nothing about the Alabama running backs. It's going to be like time will tell type thing. Like I said, the two running backs they had a season ago both transferred out. So you're going to have Richard Young and Daniel Hill. Other than that, I have no idea. I do see that Florida State gave up a ton of rushing yards last season.
92.4 average to RB1s.
Yeah. And let's kind of look at these teams. I mean, see, this one was probably a blowout game, right? So they gave a bunch of guys touches. So you can't really include that one. Not too sure what happened here. You never know. Could be an injury.
Yep.
Because only 9 attempts for Jeremiah Love is interesting. But pretty much
148 on 15 attempts.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Damian Martinez. Never heard of him.
Neither.
But yeah.
And you have to think Bama's going to just run the ball down their throats. So again, it's just a workload share question, which is just, unless you've been scouting in spring ball, it's hard to tell.
Right. Yeah. And you got a quarterback who's never really started a college game. So it's going to be his first start. So you can imagine they may try to ease him into it a little bit. A few short, intermediate throws, some screens, and you could set these running backs up in the screen game. Obviously, there's no way to know if who's going to be more utilized in the pass game or not. So time will tell that stuff. I don't know if there's any others I really wanted to look at. Georgia Tech, Colorado. But it's a really good slate of games, though. Every window has a good game. Like 11 o'clock, you're looking at this Ohio State Texas game. 2:30, you're looking at Alabama Florida State. Georgia plays Marshall. 6:30 game. Then you're going right into LSU Clemson.
There it is. Yeah.
You've got some really, really strong. I mean, and this is the two like highestly touted quarterbacks this season: Garrett Nussmeier and Cade Klubnik. These are two veteran guys that these teams are looking to take a big step this season.
Holy shit, look at Garrett passing yards. It's crazy. Averaging 311 passing yards over 13 games. That's wild.
Oh yeah, and if we look here, which oddly enough, I mean 60% I would almost say is a lot more pass favored than balanced. But
that's the cutoff for.
So this is right at it. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's fair enough. Yeah, but this is going to be a pass heavy team. I mean, 60% of the time, I don't think really anything changed in the coaching. I want to see if if these guys, or if they're returning a lot of starters. Seems like this guy was here last year. This is a new guy. Based on that picture, he's a transfer from somewhere.
Yep.
LSU receivers. Here we go. So he was with the team a season ago. Had some huge games in there. Aaron Anderson, Chris Hilton. So these target share data will come once we have some data, like from this season.
Yeah, that's back populating now. So by tomorrow, we should have all the share numbers for college football.
Yeah,
we have them for NFL now.
Yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be great here. Xavier Thomas, I think he was with the team last year. So yeah, an interesting cast of characters. I know Aaron Anderson. Other than that, I'm not too familiar with these guys. Probably guys that were down in the pecking order last season, but have an opportunity to break out. And you can see here, like this guy seems like maybe just a deep threat, right? He had just two receptions for 85 yards here, 4 receptions for 113, both over 40 yards long receptions. So maybe he's like a deep ball threat.
It is wide receiver U, so you
yeah,
have to expect one of these guys to pop off.
Let's see if anything kind of sticks out to us.
I mean,
tight
just
end
overall,
touchdowns.
82nd in receiving touchdowns allowed last year was Clemson. So, I mean, how many? It's all a question of Nussmeier. How many touchdowns does he throw?
Yep.
Maybe 3. And where do those go?
Let's see here.
I like your deep ball threat a lot. Who was that? Hilton?
Hilton, yeah. And I mean, look at this. I mean, 325 plus 325 for a touchdown. Not a guy you want to bet receptions or anything like that on, because he's just not going to get the volume, it seems. Obviously, we don't know. We're just basing it off historical data. But deep ball threats in college football, man, they go hand in hand. Plus 325.
I like that value. I really do.
We can throw this in our little bet slip today. We'll track that just for tracking purposes, because that was extremely interesting. One of the plays that I did want to mention is going to be for tonight in that Auburn game. If you guys are good with me going to this one. So the interesting thing with Jackson Arnold is he's actually a really good runner, and people don't really know that about him. But if you look at some of these games, he had just a crazy amount of rushing attempts.
Yeah, this looks like when it rains, it pours with him, which tells me bet the alt lines, bet a ladder on his rush yards.
Yeah. And, interestingly enough, just didn't cover. Now, you have to think that the lines were much lower a season ago, but the books are expecting him to throw the ball a lot more than he did a season ago.
Yep.
And that's what this data will tell you here. But the books are also aware that he's going to run 32.5 rushing yard line for a quarterback is pretty high.
Let me see some of these alt lines. Just if we want to find a.
So we can go all the way up to.
Yeah, 80 yards plus 930. I mean, that's probably getting your hand in the cookie jar, but he had a couple of games. Versus Tulane, he put up 97. Versus Alabama, he ran for 131. Maybe he was scrambling, running for his life. I don't know. You probably watched the game, but
yeah, this is insane that he only attempted 11 passes.
Like he probably had no time in the pocket. He was probably running for his life.
Like I would almost say, like, this data almost looks like wrong. Just 11 attempts, 25 rushing yards. I mean, just a testament to, like you said, how he was just running for his life. But looking at Baylor's defense, like, they don't have, other than this guy, Garrett Green here, who ran for 129 yards against him. I want to see if there's any, like, super rush-heavy quarterbacks. Like, Jalen Daniels is a run-first guy. Didn't really have to use his legs, it seems.
Why don't you filter by the rush attempts here?
Okay.
That's pass. Right next to it, you'll see rush attempts. So, I mean, Arnold's averaging 15 rush attempts per game. Be conservative, say more than 12.
And this data will go all the way back to 2021 here.
Yeah, but maybe we cut off. We can look at 2023 perhaps max.
So how do I do that?
No, we'll just look at it.
Okay. All right. So you see when these quarterbacks are getting the rushing attempts, they're going way over, but those are going to correlate, right? The more rushing attempts you have,
yep.
Other than this Ole Miss outlier game, when you get these high rushing attempts, it stands to reason that the rushing yards are going to come with it.
Of course.
In recent times, it happened 3 times a season ago. Air Force, run-heavy team, Shadur Sanders. Well, we know he had to run for his life.
Yep.
Wow. 19 rushing attempts and still attempted 41 passes. That is insane.
Is he going to be Browns QB1 this year? He did not look good in preseason.
No, I saw a they overhype these preseason clips all the time. Like they were doing like just a simple drill this morning. I don't know if it was from this morning, but I saw the clip today. And they were throwing the ball into this net. Flacco missed. Dylan Gabriel missed, and then he comes up and rings the net, and so Twitter's going crazy because he did something in practice. It has nothing to do with reading a defense or actually making a play, but
or when they're like
practice.
The thing where they like catch the falling bars, that like reaction drill. Everyone fucking loves that. It's like, dude, that does not transfer to the football field.
Dude, it definitely transfers. That drill is sick.
But you see a lot of rage bait content. Like there was one. It was Travis Hunter, like basically just half-assing a drill, right? And somebody quoted it and said, "Oh, I've never seen a wide receiver and a cornerback with this much explosive speed," or something like that. Just to get a rise out of people for views, right?
Yeah.
So half of it is just trying to impression farm, and the other half of it might be legit. But
I just personally booked over 80 plus rush yards for Jackson Arnold at plus 930 on DraftKings. So that'll be a fun.
Let's do it. Let's track this. Why not? Yeah. We're swinging for the fences here at Doink Sports.
That's a fun little sweat and a reason to watch your Tigers.
Yeah. Yeah, and listen, guys, if you're betting something that's plus 930, understand the likelihood is very low. Like he went over that line just twice last season. So manage your bankroll. Be smart with your bets if you're going to take something like that.
Yes,
and
sir.
Yeah, but that one really stuck out to me when I was doing my initial research here. What was his baseline at? 32.5, right at even money as well. I think a ladder would be smart as well. You start it here, and to be conservative, you could probably skip. So you go 32, maybe you skip 5 to 10 yards, 44, 64, something like that. Just kind of because you're not really getting a huge value jump. Like if you go 32 or 33.5, you're not really getting a ton of value there. Like this is interesting. 35.5 is minus 125 on Fanatics, but you're getting 32.5 for better odds somewhere else, which is
Fanatics has been awful on their college football prop lines. Do not bet college football players on Fanatics. There was a minus 240 touchdown that was listed at minus 110 on Hard Rock yesterday. It's ridiculous.
Wow. But that's the great thing about Doink Sports Tools. This is gonna actively shop the best lines for you. It's not gonna let you take something like this. Any other games you guys want to look at here? Because that was the only thing that stuck out to me. Because they have a new running back one this year. This guy's a transfer, this guy's actually a 5-star out of high school.
Okay.
Extreme. Well, no, he's not. I think this is the transfer guy, but they do have a 5-star guy that's kind of in the mix too for RB2. So, again, it's one of those things where there's no telling who's going to get the bulk tonight for this team. Cam Coleman is going to be a mainstay. he kind of started to come on at the end of last year.
Yeah, I'll say.
And, Hugh Freeze has been historically good working with quarterbacks. And this stuck out to me a little bit. I'm probably hesitant to bet this because I want to see what this Auburn team looks like before I really waste money on them again. But Baylor defense, they gave up some yards at the end of the year to some wide receiver ones.
Yeah, they must have some injuries or something.
And these aren't like Aaron Anderson, which was we talked about LSU being the LSU's top guy. He's on the same level with Aaron Anderson, Cam Coleman.
Okay.
So he had 12 targets. I want to make sure that the target share gets there because they also added Eric Singleton. I mean, look at his numbers. He played at Georgia Tech a season ago. So these numbers are really impressive, but he was like the guy at Georgia Tech. So you want to take these stats with a grain of salt because he's not going to get that kind of volume here at Auburn. So I know on the surface people are going to come in, look at this, and be like, "Oh wow, this is a nuke play." I mean, just be careful with it. I still like him to go over this 38.5, but I would definitely be careful. Nevada, Penn State. I think other than that, we're looking at kind of lopsided games. California, Oregon State. I mean, this is a 1.5 spread here. I don't know a ton about these teams, and I'm not even going to attempt to say this name. If you guys want to try, you can.
I'll pass on that one.
Yep, I'm good.
Name so long we couldn't even define a headshot. All right.
Looks like this Malik Murphy can throw the ball.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if he was a transfer or if he was behind.
I wonder. We should add just a little chain of where these guys have played because.
Yeah, this is becoming super important in college football.
Yeah, and so it looks like he was at Duke a season ago, which we technically can, right? We can just go click a box score from a season ago, so, and we can see that it shows he was a Duke player.
Yeah.
A season ago, so is a transfer from Duke. But yeah, he can sling it a little bit. It's going to be interesting. And again, it just goes back to the same thing: new player, new system. What's it going to look like?
So yeah, I'd be curious. Is he meshing in with any wide receivers who had a bulk share last year? Someone maybe he's developing a connection with that they could come out slinging. I mean, what did the Beavers wide receiver room look like last year?
Let's see. So we had Trent Walker. He looks like a transfer as well. Let's see. I clicked the wrong thing. So let's check.
No.
So he was with the team. Okay.
Yep.
He got blown out against Air Force.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah.
So Trent Walker,
triple
wide
option.
receiver 1. Yeah, they just couldn't stop it. He's got some huge games in here with high targets. This is really interesting. Taz Reddix and David Wells, the 3 runner. I mean, they all look to be wearing the same clothes, right? So,
yep.
Likely the same receiver room from a season ago. So probably have good rapport with the coaching staff. They got to build that with the new quarterback. But yeah, just based on this target share here, just from a season ago, you have to like this look.
Yep.
But the books are pretty sharp on it, right? 70 yards. 70 yards. They're kind of on that today.
That's his line?
Yeah, 69 and
a
half.
Wow.
So, they know. And we're not going to get anything here for this guy who only has a 2.5 line today. Is that what this is telling me?
Click it. Let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, that feels weird, but click track bet. Let's see. I guess you won't be able to bet anyway. I'm just curious if there's a bet link here.
Let's see.
No, that looks
drop down.
That looks kind of cap.
Okay.
That's kind of cap. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that he would only have a 3 touchdown line and not anything else.
I don't know. Books are probably just asking for free money there.
Yeah, for real. David Wells plus 275, and I just don't know enough, and I feel like Cal has. Let's kind of see actually.
All right, we gotta find a better way to get to players. After this scrolling.
Yeah. So Cal did give up some big games here and there littered in. And you can kind of see. So this is a
Cam
talented
Ward went
quarterback.
for 437.
Hank Bachmeyer, Cal McCord. So it seemed like when they played like higher caliber teams, they gave up a lot more, right? Like Florida State was a train wreck a season ago. This guy was what, on his fourth school? You guys know how to say his name?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try.
Uiagalelei.
Say it.
Uiagalelei.
Wow.
Good job, dude. Where's he from?
So he initially came on the scene for Clemson with Dabo a few years ago, and it was just absolutely terrible. He took over for Trevor Lawrence after they won the national championship. He took over, and it was bad, so bad. And then he went. I want to say it was like Oregon State or Oklahoma State, something like that, and he was better, right? But it's played a different caliber defenses, that sort of thing. Then went to Florida State, and it was awful. And I actually think he went to the draft. I don't know if he got drafted or anything, but yeah, crazy story. Had a ton of hype coming out, lots of NIL stuff. Probably still living off NIL money at this point. This guy doesn't run at all either.
No, he's just he looks like a pro style passer.
Yeah, I mean that Duke offensive line could not block for him at all. But but doesn't seem like mobile at all, and that always like I would what's the spread here? Being such a tight spread too, you never know what kind of game script you're going to get here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like if this line was more like Cal was favored by 6.5 or something like that, I would be more interested in taking his passing yards because okay, well they're going to have a negative game script. He's more likely to throw more. We just don't know. Anything late Saturday? Utah, UCLA. I mean, the only interesting thing here is that Nico is at UCLA now.
Yeah.
Tennessee transfer.
Devin runs the ball. Look at that.
Yeah, and this guy, that's what he's gonna do.
Holy shit.
He was the starter a season ago.
66.5 rushing yards.
That's yeah. So
oh my god, look at these numbers.
Yeah, he's gonna run the football. That's what he does. And I mean, like, you see in these games though where they got down, right? Against Auburn, against Fresno, against Colorado State, when they were down, the passing attempts were there. It's
They're
crazy.
favored.
Utah is favored by 6 in this game. That's shocking to me, actually. Like, just knowing the talent level of Nico, like, I would be halfway interested in this UCLA money line at that number. But Utah's a pretty solid team. What did they go a season ago? Only 5 wins.
Click that chip, Utah under Devin Dampier. Yeah, click that. You can see last season's schedule.
Yeah. All right, 5-7.
So they went 5-7. So
damn, that's a losing streak.
That's interesting that they're favored in this game.
The wheels are turning over there, Lucas. I think you're loading the gun on a money line.
I may have to bet this, and I'm probably going to regret it. But I kind of want to see if I recognize any names at all. Thomas. This guy's a transfer. Ryan Davis, was he with the team last year? If I do that again, I'm going to...
Lobos.
Okay, so he's a New Mexico transfer. Okay. So he was the guy for them last year.
Mm-hmm.
Creed Whitmore. Creed Whitmore. What a name.
Where do you come from? What is that?
It looks like Mississippi State or Texas A&M. Yeah,
Mississippi State.
Well, see, like that's what I'm saying. You come and look at these teams, and you just see it's littered with guys with different jerseys. So it's so hard to get any kind of like this guy as well. Where did he come from? Okay, so he was actually with the team. Hunter Andrews, no odds. Okay, Quasi Gilmer. So like imagine you're the broadcaster on these games and like they send you the script and they say, okay, this is going to be their wide receiver room. Good luck. We got Quasi Gilmer and Titus. I would just say Titus.
Titus MA.
TMA.
TMA.
Come up with something. Mikey Matthews. That name sounds familiar for some reason, but I might be thinking college basketball.
That's good.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna pull the trigger on it. I want to, just
What if we
because
just
I
peek
know.
at touchdowns?
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know the talent level that Nico has. I just don't know if the talent is around him. And a quarterback can only do so much, right?
So anything to the QB position rush wise. Actually, they were very, very stingy. UCLA was to quarterbacks running the ball.
Yeah. Interesting. So just looking at that alone, it may mean Dampier struggles a little bit in this one. Game's closer. You get into like I almost said one run game. I'm in baseball mode, but you get into like a one score game late in the game. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys have convinced me. I'm gonna do it.
Can't track it yet, but that's coming soon.
Okay.
Mental note.
Yeah, remember Lucas? We tracked that Dodgers minus.
Yeah, that was
5. That
was free money.
Yep.
That was free money that day. Yeah, and that was the day the Dodgers were like minus 260 or something on the full game money line. But we found some good value in the first 5. Got it for like minus 140.
Yep.
That was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, you want to cap some baseball?
Yeah, let's try to get some.
Yeah, we can do some baseball right here at the end. I looked at a couple of games this morning. Couple of things stick out to me today.
This was the only one with decent weather.
Oh, so there's a lot of weather spots today?
No, like this was the only one. The rest of them don't look that great. I guess
Philly looks all right.
Yeah. But the wind kind of dies down right after the game starts.
Rays are going to get killed anyway. Retractable roof. I don't know why all teams don't do this.
Yeah, and weather's not everything, but it's just something it's kind of a nice starting point.
Yeah, it's a great starting point.
In a way as well.
Yeah, you've got man, that's a late one.
No, that time is wrong. I gotta fix that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that is random.
It's a midnight hour Pirates Red Sox.
Game, yeah.
And doing a midnight madness in Boston.
That would be pretty fun. I mean, no viewership, but
hey, maybe a new marketing tactic. Who knows?
Yeah, turn the place into a nightclub.
One of the guys that I really love to bet on when they're facing a left-hand pitcher is Miguel Andujar. He's facing Matthew Liberatore tonight
against the Liberator.
Yeah, this guy right here has cost me more money than I'm willing to talk about.
Liberating home runs right now for Ellie De La Cruz.
Man, if I take this guy for strikeouts, he's going to get shelled. If I take the other team against him, he's going to pitch a gem. It's just how it happens. But Andujar is 3 for 3 against him. And if we just look at against lefties as well, he's batting .373 on the season.
Bang.
And I really like that he bats cleanup in this Cincinnati batting order. If Ellie De La strikeout can get on base, he has a high chance of driving him in.
What do you think in HRR?
Yeah, this would be probably more of a hits, runs, RBIs play for me today, especially at 122. It's a pretty good number. Hasn't done anything that's going to wow you, but pretty good numbers, pretty good amount of green in there. I didn't really look too much at the pitch mix stuff, but we can also look at that. Single, triple, single. In there, this one nearly found the seats, 332.
Damn, a triple.
But how I like to use the pitch analysis, I like to filter this by the most at-bats.
For sure.
And then filter this side by the average. So we can try to see if we find any correlation. Like, he's going to throw this four-seam fastball 30% of the time. 295 average, 178 ISO. It's not that great. He's handling that pitch well, 316, 263 ISO. Next pitch is, and the thing is, when you get a pitcher that throws a lot of these pitches, it's kind of hard to draw a conclusion. He's just going to throw a ton of different stuff.
Yeah, he's got a good repertoire. Well, it seems like he has a lot of mid pitches.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, he's got this curveball. This curveball seems to be his put away pitch, right? Not giving up a ton on that. Interestingly enough, not going to throw the sinker a whole heck of a lot, but we know he handles that pitch well. Not going to see it a ton. Slider 17, curveball.
Yeah, it feels like his curveball is maybe his out of the zone pitch, and it's just a matter of if guys can lay off. Only 35 at bats against it this year.
Yeah. So really, I would be looking at these like top 3, right? Four seam slider. He's handling four seam well, and I mean, this is pretty incredible. It's a very small sample size, so keep that in mind. But batting 400, 4 for 10 with 2 homers, just to the slider alone, he's going to feature that, close to 20% of the time. So that's really where I'm at there. I probably want to do.
I'm pretty sold there. Yeah.
Let's do hits, runs, RBIs there. And the next game I want to look at is unless there's one you guys want to look at as well.
No, we can kind of skim the slate here.
I'm gonna track this just for purposes later. We can post our wins. What do we have so far? Jackson Arnold alt rushing.
This is crazy.
This is great. Plus 930. Look, when this hits, you guys come back and let us know, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus 930. And I kind of want to throw $100 on it. Why not?
Yeah, just a quick grand.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris Hilton. Watch this guy not even play now. But yeah, I was diving into Adrian Hauser this season. This just like doesn't make any sense to me. This is a guy with like a career over 4 ERA. Was so bad that he got not kicked out of the league, but nobody wanted him. Pitched overseas, and now all of a sudden he's come back this year and in 90 innings pitched, he's got a 2.88 ERA.
Wow.
Damn. He's got some pretty interesting differences between versus righties and lefties.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy to me. He's just not giving up a ton of power, right? Like, nobody's squaring this guy up right-handed wise.
Huh. How many righties are on? All right, only 3 righties on.
Yeah, so Washington, typically going to have a left-hand heavy lineup. Let's see if there's anybody in here that may not be. Like, one of these guys, Cruz or House, they may not be in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, that's tough.
Adams is going to be in because they don't have another catcher right now. Well, they do, but he's not worth anything. But he's getting the bulk of the run. But I was kind of looking at it, and if you looked at it a little bit deeper to lefties, I think that there's some possible regression coming. Like this sinker that he features the most, like 286 with a 206 ISO, like that just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, how are these batting averages so high, but he's just not giving up the runs?
His BABIP is probably
pretty
pretty low. That would be my guess.
He's probably got a high strand rate as well, that sort of thing. Because there's singles littered in here everywhere. Single type stuff. But I was kind of looking at Adrian Hauser, maybe like a hits against type thing, but like the Nationals are just so hit or miss. You just never know what you're going to get with them.
Wait, what is the hit against line?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to pull up here. So this is Splash.
Well, you can disable Splash if you want.
What's that?
You can turn off Splash and not see lines from Splash. Turn off, press save.
Yeah, so minus 124 for 5.5 hits. So I mean the books. That's the thing, right? The books know it. Like a traditional guy that has a 2.88 ERA is not going to have a 5.5 hits against line.
Right.
Like
he's a bubble.
Yeah. So it's not. But gosh, look. I mean, just look how rough they've been. I guess they've played a lot of left-hand pitching lately. Against right-handers, it's not as bad. They had a couple good games in there. The ghost of Aaron Nola. He has been just horrible this year. How have the bats been doing? CJ Abrams hit streak. Now, do we have a way in the cheat sheets to see current hit streaks?
No, I do like that though.
Yeah,
so I had that thought the other day. Like you could have a cheat sheet and you could filter it by longest active hit streaks. Would be really good. But at least in his last 10 games, he's had a hit in every game. So that's a good opening sign to see. Josh Bell, kind of a all or nothing type of guy. Interestingly enough, Riley Adams has been hitting, but we know Hauser's been really good this season to right-handed hitters. Just a 246 average. I mean, the hard hit rate and the barrel rate, that's interesting. Like he's getting hit hard, but they're not necessarily barreling it up.
Yeah, ground balls mainly.
Yep.
For a barrel, it's got to be in the air.
And that's maybe that's what he's retooled to become an MLB pitcher, right? Maybe he's saying, okay, I've got to just rely on weak contact and ground balls to try to get out.
Yep.
Luis Garcia. So is okay. I think I skipped James Wood somehow. He's been good. Hit 8 of the last 10. Adams has been good. Garcia, Dalen Lyle, Dylan Cruz, LSU guy. Was kind of overshadowed by Paul Skeens, obviously.
Yeah, he was. People were expecting the Pirates to take Cruz first overall. I'm so obviously so happy they went Skeens, but
yeah, you've got to be excited about that. That is, he's been pretty dreadful.
Yeah,
I mean, just a 193 average this season. 7 homers, above average K rate. But he's got time on his side, right? He can figure it out over time. Let's see if anything else kind of sticks out. I mean, you can always stack against Bryce Elder. Anytime he's on the mound, I mean, just look at this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Phillies parlay would be pretty fun.
What you want to do?
I don't know. I love a good hits parlay. It seems, a Turner, Castellanos, interesting. Turner, Castellanos.
Yo, this is crazy. All 4 of his hits have been homers.
Jeez.
All right, what's his home run line? Has anything happened in the world lately where he would be going yard?
Did anybody die today?
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't. When's the last time he's homered?
What the fuck?
His last homer was in July. Well, that's against right-handed pitching. Last homer was in August 17th. So 12 days. And that was against a lefty. Against a righty, his last homer came July 23rd. Oh my goodness.
All right, what are the odds? 575.
Some would say he's due.
Yeah, I mean, you can scroll down and check out the pitch mix a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is just gonna be horrible. This guy's so bad. Oh man. 314. 216 ISO. He's mostly more or less giving up, singles and doubles. 10 home runs to just those 2 pitches is pretty significant.
Damn. It's a pretty interesting drop off in Castellanos' stats though for those pitches.
Yeah, so like this is something I say on the stream a lot is, it's possible that Bryce Elder just comes out and peppers him with sliders, even though his slider isn't very good. Castellanos hasn't hit that pitch very well this year. So it's possible he comes out. He knows the history against him, right? What has he homered off him? Let's actually see. What pitches has he homered off him on? So he actually hit a home run off a slider 2 years ago.
Nice.
But this season, a strikeout and a homer. Interestingly enough, I think the last homer that Nick Castellanos hit this season against a righty was off Bryce Elder.
That was in Fenway, though. I thought.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Click June 27. Let's see. Okay, interesting.
Let's scroll up a little bit. Okay.
Maybe he went back-to-back days. I don't know.
13-0. Oh gosh.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would be now. Would you do like a full correlation, like you do Bryce Elder over hits allowed, and then do the hits parlay, or just hits parlay?
I mean, it's tough. He could get knocked out early, and then
That's true.
Your bet's done, even though there could be some hot bats against the bullpen. So I'd normally like to stay away from pitcher plus batter bets.
Okay. I definitely would want to take Trey Turner. I mean, Kyle Schwarber coming off a 4 home run game. What do you guys think there?
I think he's due for an offer.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I feel like the lines are always super juiced whenever that happens too.
Yeah, plus 196 for a homer. That's insane.
That's so terrible.
That's some people's total baselines are that.
Yep.
Bryce Harper. And I mean, look, the books are onto this today, right?
Yeah.
And
what's Trey's line to steal a bag?
Plus 300 there at Profit X.
Plus 300. So I'm just curious, does he steal more on righties or lefties? So can you deselect? So he's got, and then can you go this season on the filter? Yeah, this season. So overall, 21% of games. And then how about versus righties this season? 19. Okay, so he favors lefties a little bit, but he'll really steal on anybody. But we're not getting very good value, as you're pointing out with the implied prob.
Yep.
Nice.
Needs to hit it 25% of the time, just 19.
Yep.
I think we take Castellanos. I really do.
To go or
To go.
Hell yeah.
All right.
To go.
What are the odds again?
Somebody in chat said he's getting walked. We talking about Castellanos? He's going to get walked, or who are we talking about getting walked? Because I'm sure Bryce Elder is going to have a few of those. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, look. He's averaging 2 a game, 2.5 a game, so high likelihood he walks somebody.
That's an interesting value play.
2.5 walks. Hey,
Plus
look at this.
175. Yeah, it's interesting.
He had 4 walks back in June.
Huh.
How about on the season? How's he look? 2 walks a game. He's
Right.
breaking even. He's breaking even there. It's so funny. You can see how these books set their lines sometimes.
Yeah.
It's as simple as how many walks a game does he average? All right, that's the line.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it in the strikeouts too.
Yep.
Jeez, yeah.
It's crazy. These guys they're sharp.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting comment from this Twitter guy. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I want to know who's talking about getting walked. I'm guessing Castellanos. I know we had talked about Schwarber, what we thought about him coming off a 4 home run game. Could be talking about him.
Yeah, I could see him getting
Interestingly enough,
sure.
Schwarber is 0 for 6 against Bryce Elder.
Hmm.
But I think I'm going to take Nick Castellanos. What's his total bases at? Plus 135. Maybe we play it safe, take the plus 135 total bases, or do we want to go for broke? Up to you guys.
I like both. Let's split up the unit.
Yeah, let's go both. We'll go 0.5 units here. And we'll go 0.5 units here. We'll track them both. And both of them are going to hit, right?
Exactly.
We'll just make more money.
Easy as that.
Let's about 12:15 here. So if you guys want to maybe look at one more thing quickly. Anything you guys want to look at? Anything stand out here that you want to take a look at? I know we said something about Fenway. That's Paul Skeens, and Boston hasn't announced a starter yet today, so it might be hard to look at.
Yeah. Any hit rater plays? Maybe we could end on that.
All right.
Love a good hit rater play.
All right. Got Mitchell Parker.
Huh. Under strikeouts for Parker. Who's he playing? He's playing Tampa Bay. It looks like they strike out a good amount, but
yeah, Tampa Bay's dreadful to left-hand pitching. Other than like Yandy Diaz, like I don't know if I would take this.
Okay.
3.5 hits allowed. That is kind of insane. feel like pitching lines are a lot tougher. Let's see. Total bases, hits, runs, RBIs, last 10.
Going for overs. Here we go.
Well, Bichette, he's on a heater right now. Really can't go wrong taking him. This is a good young guy, pretty talented young guy here. Monasterio. If there's a lefty on the mound, I would be interested there. Vinny's been hot.
Nimmo.
Yeah, this Nimmo one. Can you click on the average? Like, see what all the books are offering? I'm caught by the difference in the best and the average line there. Click on that. Yeah.
Good value on Fanatics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at that one. You guys want to look at
Yeah,
that one?
despite their shitty college football lines, it looks like.
All right, so just 1 for 1 with him against him, so only seen him once. Yuri Perez is a noticeable difference on the road, right? A little bit worse.
Yep.
And a little bit worse in night games. So that definitely correlates. Nimmo against right-hand pitching.
This was a total basis, right?
Yeah, oh, this was hits. Minus 142 for 1 hit.
Okay. Let's see what's better value on bases versus hits here. Okay. It looks like it's hits.
Yeah, so we have this 68%. 68% versus the 58%.
Yeah.
There, so we're getting a really good value there.
On profit.
On Profit X. And then this one on Fanatics. So I mean, I don't think you can go wrong taking either one, whichever book you have.
Yeah. Wait, check out the line history. I'm just so curious.
This one here?
Yeah. All right, not too much movement.
You guys want to go with this one? What you want to do, hits or bases?
I'd say book the hits, baby.
All right, let's do it. Let's book it. All right, let's overview it here. We've got 6
this is
plays.
A hilarious bet slip.
I know.
Brandon Nimmo. We've got it in the do it this way. So we've got Brandon Nimmo minus 142 for a hit tonight. Nick Castellanos, total bases and a home run. 4 for 8 in his career off Bryce Elder with 4 homers.
2 half-unit plays. I love it.
Yeah. We got Miguel Andujar. Love targeting him against left-hand pitching. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. We've got a fun one tonight. Jackson Arnold, 80 rushing yards, plus 930 on DraftKings. And Chris Hilton is a deep ball threat for the LSU Tigers, plus 325 touchdown. But look, we just hit one of these plus money plays. We're in the money.
Just a few rush yards from our boy.
Yeah.
And we're good. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is the new Doink Sports website. Of course, we showed you college football. Of course, we showed you baseball, but we also have WNBA and NFL. We did not get into NFL this week. We will be diving into NFL next week, so get ready for that. Promo code REEVES, REEVES, will give you 25% off your first subscription.
All right. Everybody have a good day.
Thanks, everybody.